Rule number 6 is to set your house in perfect order before you criticize the world. Humans are capable of doing evil things to each other, since it requires them to see how they would feel if they were treated in a certain way, and then enacting it on others. This is evident in school shootings, torture, and mass genocide. Tolstoy believed that to escape the suffering and meaninglessness of life, one could retreat to a childlike ignorance, pursue pleasure over pain, continue the cycle of evil, or take their own life. Individuals like Karl Panzram became a rapist, serial killer, thief, and arsonist, seemingly brooding resentment as he was abused and betrayed as a juvenile. Similarly, in Cain and Abel, Cain is jealous and kills Abel to enact vengeance on being itself, vengeance against their own existence. What causes some individuals to change from their destructive tendencies and to walk on the right track towards personal fulfillment? Those who have been abused and tormented can learn from their oppressors, ending the cycle of evil suffering perpetuated by others. One of the characters in T.S. Eliot's The Cocktail Party said that she hoped the suffering in her life was her own fault, since in that way she might be able to do something about it. If it's not her fault, but the fault of reality, she wouldn't be able to change it. But what she has control over, she can change. Solzhenitsyn likewise fought against the Nazi invasion and was jailed by his own people. He saw that there were some people who were able to embody goodness despite living in terrible circumstances. This caused him to look into his own capacity for evil and how the sequences of events led to the very situation that happened from when he first started supporting the Communist Party. He wrote the Gulag Archipelago to question how he can stop making evil mistakes and how he could repair the damage, while giving a history of his situation in a Soviet prison camps system. The human capacity for evil can be shown throughout history, acting in a pattern that breeds further misery and despair. For example, in the Hebrew Bible, God creates a covenant with his people. Corruption starts to build up whereby the state grows negligent, blinded by arrogance and pride. This in turn causes prophets to arise, to call the king and country back to the right relationship. The advice is attended to too late, and thus leads to judgment on the Israelites. They repent to God and address their failure to listen to God, and God allows them to rebuild their nation again, continuing the cycle again and again. Similarly, in our own lives, we build structures based on beliefs and principles. We succeed and thrive, which causes us to become complacent. The complacency festers in inattentiveness to corruption, and that leads to falling apart of the very structures that we have built, whether it be a failing in the family, organization, or the state. When Hurricane Katrina hit New Orleans, the city was flooded. The Dutch have dikes that can stop floodings like these, and New Orleans was already constructing a levee system to hold back the nearby lake, which began in 1965. In 2005, the levee was only 60% complete, thus corruption and willful inattention led to the city's demise. What can be done, one might ask? Well, we could clean up our room and fix the problems that we can manage, that are within our responsibility. It is harder to change the entire political, socio-economic, and legal framework, but it is much easier to create little habits and to organize what is in reach, which in turn produces an orderly mind. If everyone focused on pursuing the good and accepting responsibility over their own domains, rooms, there would be no place for evil. Thanks for watching.